to the Sunday service. Welcome to the Sunday service, everyone. Welcome all around, Facebook, Instagram. I'm very excited to be here. This might be my favorite episode yet. So if you are listening on replay or you're live, you're really going to be in for a treat today. Of course, we're talking about the shift into love, the ultimate how-to, and when this title came to me, welcome Carrie, when this title came to me, I did not know that we were going to be using a whiteboard. That's a first. And it even surprised me. I thought it was kind of funny because, here we are talking about love, and my sort of assumption was that we were going to be, getting into our bodies and feeling, and we're going to be doing that too, but in the actual Dharma talk, we're going to be using this. And what I want to start off with while people are coming in, what I wanted to start off with saying is that, there's been this pattern that's been showing up in readings. And you know what I want to do? Hold on one second. I forgot to do something on my computer. This is going to make everyone more comfortable because I'll be more comfortable. There we go. Okay, so there's been a pattern in readings for the past couple of weeks, and it's been so clear that I've gotten the map to this particular issue even before the reading comes up. Like I'll be in the shower, I'll be in my morning meditation. Welcome, welcome. And this map will appear. And so I'm going to show you the map that was showing up for everyone this week, not even knowing that it was definitely going to be contributing to this week's Shift into Love, the Ultimate How-To. So I see we've got a good group going on both Instagram and Facebook. We're going to start with our opening. So I invite you to close your eyes for a little bit of music, just a short piece, and an opening prayer. I invite you to take a deep breath in and exhale. Great Spirit, all that is, thank you so much for bringing us all here together today, the Sunday service. We just open up this safe and sacred space, knowing that we are guided, we are not alone, we are co-creators of the white light that's running through us, that is us, and is surrounding us. We just invite any entities of positive descent to come help us hold this safe and sacred vibration, talking about the shift into love, the ultimate how-to. And so it is. Let's get into our embodiment. I'm very excited about the Dharma talk, but I'm being told we're going to go right into embodiment. We're moving into Valentine's Day, Love Week, all this jazz. So this embodiment practice is going to be really, you can consider it almost like you're going to be your own healer. So what I invite you to do is I invite you to get in touch with your body. So you may want to close your eyes, you may want to take some deep breaths, you may want to stretch, you may want to move a little bit. You want to get in touch with your body and you want to just kind of do a scan and where in your body needs a little extra love. Where in your body is maybe feeling a little pain. And what we're going to be doing is we're breathing really deeply, really slowly, full exhales, all the air out. And greeting it with a fresh new inhale. You're going to find those places in your body. And if your body is feeling super stellar right now, maybe you find a place in your body that wants to be celebrated. You're in the comfort of your own home. Maybe you want to give yourself a breast massage. That's always a fantastic idea, man or woman. I'm going to tell you the collective, myself included, my friends, my clients, we all seem to be going through great shifts centered around the neck and where the neck meets the shoulders. We're finally giving up other people's burdens. We're finally being able to allow our emotional state to be unattached to other people's. And that's where that place is. So if you want to visit there and just check in and see how you're feeling, and I invite you to just, bring your hands to that area as you breathe in and out. And just imagine that you're sending love. If you want to see your hands as magic hands, as hot hands, as cool hands, as hands that shoot pink light. Here I am, I'm giving myself a hug. So that's what feels good to me. Got one hand on that neck, back area, and the other is just embracing me. So as you're inhaling and exhaling, remember to breathe. As you're breathing, you're just going to treat yourself as though you would treat a really good friend who you love, who just comes and says, I want you to support me. I don't even want to tell you what's up with my body. Just put your hands where you feel like they need to be. So that's your attitude. Oh, this person, they really do need some love. Maybe you want to stay in the same place. Maybe you want to move your hands around. Maybe you just started giving yourself a massage. Forward bend feels good. You can do that. Whatever it is that your body is asking for, in addition to just giving a little conscious extra love. If your neck is hurting, maybe you put a hand on there and you say, thank you for the message. I love you, neck. If your knee is hurting, you have your hands on your knee and you say, thank you for the message, body. I love you very, very much. Whatever area, emotional area that you're dealing with, thank you for the message. I love you very much. So we're going to have a couple more deep breaths as we just shimmy that love throughout our body. Feel the places that in your body that are feeling really good and allow that goodness to be amplified. Maybe there's some fireworks or sparks when you bring your consciousness to that area. What part of your body is feeling good? Taking an inhale. Maybe just shaking ourselves back into the here and now to show up to our wonderful Dharma talk. Oh, it feels so good to be here. Thank you for showing up to love. And it's been preparing for this Dharma talk has just been a great joy. It's honestly one of my favorite homework assignments that the universe has given me. And before I get into this whiteboard back here, giving you the map that I was giving everyone in readings this past week, I'm going to tell you what I promised I would tell you, and that's these sort of like do's and don'ts of how to be the love that you want to be, right? And I'm choosing those words very carefully, right? So I'll share the first story. I don't know if you heard that ping, but it's always a sign we're doing something good. I'll share with you a triumph story, and this was from a bunch of years ago. It was Valentine's Day. It was the Valentine's Day where everyone on social media was getting flowers, chocolates, rings, diamonds, it's one of those. And I was dating someone, and this guy, he brought up Valentine's Day before Valentine's Day. And that was new to me. I hadn't been in a relationship where someone was like, oh, Valentine's Day. But we didn't make any plans for Valentine's Day. And I was just like, ooh, maybe he'll surprise me. Maybe he'll just come over after work, which he had never done. Never surprised me with anything before. So Valentine's Day comes, and it's halfway through the day, and I send a text Happy Valentine's Day, and I get a Happy Valentine's Day back, and I'm like, I don't even know, maybe I texted what are you doing after work? And he was just like, oh, I'm going home. And I started to have my energy shift. And what I want to tell you right now is what this whiteboard is going to do is it's going to illustrate to you in hopefully a very concrete way, definitely a 2/3D way, of what our energy does and what kind of energy we want to produce and what kind of energy we don't want to produce. So regardless of what kind of love you are looking for, and this could be happiness, joy, abundance, connection, this could be romantic, this could be family, this could be self, this could be work, right? Lots of animal love, right? The Mother Earth love, regardless of what cosmic love, regardless of what love we're talking about, this pattern happens in all of those places, right? So getting back to the Valentine's Day story, the do story. I started to kind of go downhill energetically, and you can imagine what was going on in my mind of like, will he, won't he, why hasn't he? Are we going to do something? Is he going to surprise me? And my energy went from that of like just openness and curiosity to like, it started to etch down into anxiety. And it started to get really bad, actually. And so what I did is I just woke up and I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is Valentine's Day. This is the day of love. I am not in love right now. I am not expressing love. I am not feeling love. My body doesn't feel relaxed. I don't feel good. I feel the opposite. I feel fear, scarcity, lack, lots of anxiety. And so I woke up and I said, wow, what can I do to bring in love, right? And so I took all my rose quartzes and I took rose oil and I took a salt bath with the rose quartz and the rose oil. And in the bathtub, I did this love meditation where I just sent my love to the entire world and received it back. And it was really fulfilling, to be honest. I really felt like I filled my cup up. And I don't even remember what else I did. I don't know. Was it Netflix and chill? It doesn't really matter. I felt filled up and I didn't go back to that sort of, anxiety place. Well, I didn't actually hear from that guy the rest of the day or whatever. And what happened was the next day it's just plainly the day after Valentine's Day. After work, guess who surprise shows up at my door? Is this guy that I was dating. And I was just thrilled to bits because, I like that kind of thing. If I'm into you and you come and surprise me, it's like the greatest thing ever. And I just realized right then and there that if I had this like, will he, won't he, I don't have the chocolates, the flowers, the songs, the time, the text, the smile, the hug, you name it, fill in the blank, I'm in lack of love. If I had stayed in that energy and not taken that bath and done the meditation and filled my cup up, I knew energetically there's no way that he would have surprised me the very next day. That it was my energy of being in the state of love regardless of whether I get a text, a flower, a phone call, an Instagram like, money in the bank account, that I could get into a state where I was connected to me, connected to source, filling my cup up, spreading it out, receiving it back, that it was that allowed him to boomerang to me the next day, which, by the way, at the time, shortly after, I told him the story and he agreed wholeheartedly. And he was just like, Merlin Spirit, yeah. Like, I would, if you were in that energy of like, why didn't you come and da-da-da, then I clearly would not have showed up today. Even if I had not texted at all, even if we had not spoken on the phone at all, everyone, including animals, I was just about to say, and I don't think you heard her meow, but I was about to say even animals, and she meowed. Even animals are psychic, and they are attracted to attractive energy, and they are repulsed by repulsive energy. right? So the how come I didn't get mine, you didn't give it to me, I can't have it unless you give it to me, you're withholding something from me, and therefore I am unhappy because you have control over this and you're not giving it to me. So my happiness is tied to your actions. And actually, my happiness is tied to knowing whether or not your actions are going to be something in the future. So it's not even tied on the person's actions. Let's face it, let's be real. It's tied on, well, will they be here tomorrow, usually, which is even worse, right? So it's like, even if they were showing up today, we still have that fear, that need to know that they're going to be there tomorrow, right? And even that energy, that very energy, is very, very repulsive. So that's the do, right? I experienced a don't, and I am not too proud. I experienced a don't recently. And what had happened was I clearly found someone who was a vibrational match, someone I had never met before, and I reached out to them and immediately got a response that was just as authentic, just as genuine, just as open. And it was basically from getting the response on that I went into that spiral of like anxiety, right? And basically from that point on, I couldn't get it together. I kind of was projecting this energy for a couple of weeks, actually. Someone I'd never even met before. And the communication just, I wouldn't necessarily say ghosted per se, but maybe so. Maybe that is what happened, right? And here's the part that I can laugh at. I mean, anyone can laugh at this, and I'm sure we've all experienced this. I mean, regardless, are you waiting for a test results? Do you need your brother to get in rehab for you to chill out? Do you need to know that your book proposal will be accepted? Do you need to know that your daughter will live to age 21 for you to relax? Like all of these examples, do you need to know that your father will take his heart medication for you to relax? All of these examples are examples of codependence, right? And they actually push away the thing that we want. All those things, the taking the heart medicine and all this stuff, it pushes it away, right? So the funny part about it is I was with a girlfriend and I was telling her, oh yeah, like I reached out to this person and maybe we're going to hang out, I don't know. And then like I hung out with the same girlfriend later and I was like, oh, this is what happened. I like blew it, I totally blew it. And then I was like, yeah. And like, he even went to this place near my house and my favorite restaurant, and even went to my favorite place to go, sing and all around. And we're both doing the girlfriend thing of like, how could he? No. Oh my God. No, he didn't. He didn't even. And then I was just like, I've never met him. But the reason why it's so funny, right, is because we do this. We do this like, how dare he? How dare she? Doesn't matter if it's mom, brother, sister, husband, wife, kid, dog. It doesn't matter. When we get into that, we really have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, right? So I'm just putting it out into the universe that when our energy changes, the situation changes, right? That's why I was sort of hesitant to say about being ghosted, because I honestly feel like I have had a shift in energy. One, that's in alignment with that Valentine's Day story that I was talking about. But it took me a while. It took me, I guess, probably about 30 days, right? It took me about 30 days to be able to, I knew what I was doing, but I couldn't stop it at the time. So whatever comes into your head where you say they need to, if only they would, when will they, you want to go to the psychic to find out if this will happen because then you can chillax. You're listening to all the forecasts. Like you need to know that number 45 will no longer be president because otherwise you're going to have an anxiety attack. I'm just calling you all out. There's a definition of codependence. It's not being connected to source. So let's get into some diagramming, shall we? Yes, talking about codependency. Okay, just checking out some of those comments. All right, here we go to whiteboard land. Amazing. I'm so happy that this could come to me in a vision. First time for everything. I get to move about. I'll move this closer. So we're talking about the love. Sorry if it's a little shiny. You don't really need to see words so much. You just need to pay attention. There will be some words. So we're talking about love, the ultimate how-to, right? So we want to like get to here. We're like, love, yeah. Because we know that love really gives us the things that we're looking for, right? Love does create joy, create happiness, health, relationships. If we're experiencing love, chances on a regular basis we're connected to love, we are being loved, then love is infusing our work, right? So we're just experiencing. It's the opposite of anxiety, right? All those things you don't want with anxiety, but that's what we're going to talk about, right? So we want love. So then what happens is we're like, how? What? Why? Now, a lot of us here watching, whether in replay or live, we do a lot of the like, what? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Now, I'm purposefully marking things right now, right? So we're like, how? How do I do it? What do I do? How do I get there? Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay, well, I know I should be doing this, right? So then we get the shoulds, right? So then we start like, we're like, oh my gosh, Betsy told me I needed to meditate, and I haven't been meditating, and she's been telling me I need to trust myself, and I haven't been trusting myself. Now, how are these emotions feeling, right? You can just hear in my tone, we're talking about anxiety. It doesn't look very good, right? We're like, oh my gosh, I really should be looking at my job and my relationships, and I should be getting into nature. Oh my gosh, okay. And then you're like, then maybe you're like, I'll go out into nature a little bit, and I feel a little bit of relief, you know? I'm like, this feels kind of good, right? Like a little bit of relief. I can see the world. I can see how nature can heal everything, and I don't need to be scared of number 45. I can see that for a second. Oh, wait, did I just hear the number 45? Oh my God, number 45 in the environment. It's so terrible. What are we gonna do? What's the world gonna do about the environment and number 45? This is horrible. Oh, wait, now. Oh, wait, I'm in nature. Oh, yeah, nature's supposed to be really connecting. Oh, yeah, I'm in nature. Okay, that's cool. All right, and then you're like, okay, maybe I'll do a little bit of meditation. All right, cool. Oh, yeah, I feel a little bit connected right now. I feel like I know why I want to do it now. I feel like that a little bit, but, you know, then it's just like, oh, my God, in-laws happen, and why are they always doing this? I'm having fun. Oh my gosh, if my wife or husband would only do this, and they wouldn't keep doing their pattern, if mom would only do this, if they would only tell me if the government was going to work again, then I could relax. Okay, so I'd love for you to type in the comments, here's the question of the hour. What is the dominant vibration of this picture that we've just drawn? And with the energy that we've just displayed, and with the time, right? So all of these lines that I've drawn are to say, this is the imprint of energy that we put down, right? And I was purposefully acting it out. I felt it in my body. My heart was racing. I was like, woo, really excited, kind of cold a little bit. So we've got LOL, Tamar, great. I'm glad to see you, Tamar. Fear, lack, exactly. Fear, lack. So Morgan's like, that's so me. So this is probably a lot of us. This is the map that came out this week. It looks kind of like an elephant drew it in a thing. Okay, so before we get to what to do, A, acknowledge. You can hardly even see the words love here, okay? And this is the state that nearly everyone is coming to live, If you're not, congratulations. You can still take stuff from what we're going to be talking about next. And this is the state that, this is great. This is a real good, anchor this in. Every single person that you are like, I need my husband, wife, daughter, number 45, who I call the president, by the way, in case you didn't know who number 45 was. Number 45, this and that, all of those fill in the blanks. I need my daughter to show up this way. I need my boss to confirm my paycheck. Everyone that we're pointing the finger at, they look like this. So not only are you displaying this, not only are you yourself are not this. This is not your essence, but this is the imprint that you're putting out into the world. And then we're like, how come I'm not getting anything back? Why isn't number 45 fixing things, or why aren't people getting him out? Why isn't the environment getting all cleaned up? Why aren't we doing something about it? Why isn't my dad taking his heart pill? I know somebody's dad needs to take a heart pill. That's what's on their mind. Not my dad. He doesn't take heart pills. So I tell you this because it's important for you to know what you're surrounded by, right? So it's kind of like you are what you eat. Don't fool yourself into thinking that, like, you're just going to fall into a magical Zen garden and everyone's going to be chill one day. Like, that's not why we're here. We're here for being spiritual warriors. Anyone here right now who's got ears open is on the forefront. I mean this. I don't say inflated things. Everyone here is on the forefront to basically learn this concept. Like, if anyone here is wondering what your purpose is, I'm going to answer you right now. Your purpose is to learn this concept. We're about to learn the how-to in a moment. It's to learn this concept so that you don't have to point the finger at anyone, and so that you are creating what we're about to show. So I'm purposefully putting this over because if you can see, what it does is it still shows this mess around here. And that's the life that we live in, right? We live surrounded by how many people do you know that are like, I really need to trust my intuition. So again, we want to go to the same place. We're really trying to go to the place, right? So for those of you who can't see because it's a thin marker, all it says is love. And I'm not going to worry. Oh, look, gold. Excellent. I said I'm not going to worry about the color, and then gold love came through, right? Of course gold came through. So again, you don't need to see the words so much, but we've got love in the center. That is our goal, right? So what do we do? Where did we start off last time that went awry? All right, if we remember, we were up here, we were in love, and we went straight down to here. What should I do? How should I do it? Why should I do it? I'm skeptical of it. Other people need to change, and then we went on this whole loop. So we just want to start here. This is why week after week, and I put it in today's notes, and this is actually the guided meditation that we're going to be doing today. This is why over and over again we keep talking about the pink light meditation. So what you do is, this is not a fake it till you make it. This is not spiritual bypassing. If you don't know what spiritual bypassing is, write it down in Google later. But for those of you who know, it's not just the sunshine and lollipops. This is proactively feeling, tuning into, and being love, because it is the answer to everything, because it trips this whole circuit. What you need to do is you need to be proactive. Proactive. I'm really looking forward to having an assistant do this. Any takers live in Venice? Okay. You have to be proactive, because you have somebody who's you're like, I'm not going to say your enemy, but I'm going to say the opposite of your best friend. You have someone who's the opposite of your best friend that leads you right here, known as your ego, your mind, your fear-thinking brain. You are watching or listening to the Sunday service where we talk about everything intuition-wise. Intuition-wise is not logical. In fact, when you make a decision and you put it out there, people even doubt it. Guess what? The Wright brothers, even after they flew in a plane, there were physicists who wrote in peer-reviewed journals after they flew saying it was a hoax and that it was impossible. That's what I'm training you to do. I'm training you to fix the systems that are broken. Don't be intimidated by it. All you have to do is be proactive and feel into love. What do? I do something called breathing into the place that feels good. We're going to do a pink light meditation, and you can download it for free. But the shorthand version always is, you do it right now with me. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Find the place in your body that feels good. Don't think about it too much. Find the place in your body that feels good. 3, 2, 1, you have it. Feel into that place, breathe into that place, and expand that good feeling. Breathe into that place and expand that good feeling. Keep breathing, keep focusing on that. Just do that. Who can feel a difference? Tell me if you can feel a difference just doing that. Finding the place in your body that feels good and just breathing into that. Right? Okay. Now, we said that this was going to be a poignant visual. I left out a very important part of the manifestation process. When we were talking about this, which I'm sure we all remember, it was only a few minutes ago, this is your imprint of your energy. This is your dominant vibration. This is your brain on drugs. This is what is going into your future and creating your future. This is what's going out and putting in order to China, as it were, so that 3 to 6 months later, you won't even recognize the package that you ordered that is this. I think we're ready to get out of this. Who's ready to get out of this? Who is ready to say, I deserve a connection to Source. I deserve a connection to Source daily. That, in fact, I cannot not afford to connect to myself. Because if we don't connect to ourselves and Source and love daily, guess where all this scattered energy goes? Guess where your power goes? Because clearly you're not in your power here. And clearly you have a lot of power. I know I have a hell of a lot of power, and you're a mirror of me. Right? So guess where, when you're here, you've given your power away to all the things that you don't want to have happen. Really good friend of mine the other day. Really great question. First of all, just know my last name is LaFay, which means of the fairies. Fairies are earth protectors. I, myself, am an earth protector. There's no way I could take on that name without being conscious and spreading messages of protecting Mother Earth and connecting to Mother Earth. It's a part of who I am. Really good friend of mine the other day, we were talking about breaking this cycle. We were talking about not being codependent on the lover, to be in a certain state, for us to feel a certain way. We were talking about breaking the cycle and being proactive. And she asked me specifically about number 45 in the environment. Right? She asked me about that. Very good question. I told her, I said, well, this is where my visionary sense really has an advantage, right? This is where I've seen so many miraculous cleanups. I have faith in our ability to connect to source and get ideas to be able to turn the ship around. That doesn't mean that I think all is hunky-dory and I don't need to do anything. However, actually, Eric, if you're still watching, I'm going to ask you to share. Can you share on my Facebook the thing I think that you and Heather shared this week about the political system, right? That basically in the branches of government, they're having frank talks open on television about how our politicians are bought and sold by big pharma, and then they change the rules to be able to assist those private investments, right? Which is what's happening now. We all know this. So part of being the visionary, and I'm giving you this to help you understand where I'm coming from and to say, come with me on this, right? Let's overcome the fear. Because why? What is the main reason we overcome this fear by any means necessary? Is because if we don't, we're giving our power away to the very thing that we don't want to give our power away to. In this case, number 45. How many people have had more colds, have gotten more flus, have had more bodily issues, high blood pressure, whatever, accidents, since number 45 got into office, right? Really shaking people up. This is important. It is not new that our politicians have been bought and sold and have been changing legislation to protect their private investments. However, this chaos that has been created and the extremeness and number 45 causing this chaos is causing all of us to wake up, perhaps even to this broadcast. If you want to continue to give power, you stay in that addiction of I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what to do. You can, if you are working for an environmental cause, I'm using this as an example, right? Because it's a big example that applies to all of us, right? And we can fill in examples with anything else. But if we're exhausted, if we're in this energy and we're manifesting from this energy and we're interacting with our families, our jobs, our legislation on a daily basis on the internet, if we're interacting with this energy, we are giving our power away. That's why. So the answers to our very problems that we are scared of, including that big environmental issue, come from us cleaning up our own internal environment. Yeah, I said that really serious. It should sound like a stern teacher. Someone else is coming through here being like, get real. You're afraid of the environment being all garbaged up. Clean up inside. It's the only way we will get the answers. If you are not already talking to yourself the way you would talk lovingly to a loved one or best friend, then you've got work to do. Yes, it should be a lifelong process. Yes, slowly but surely, you will live a life where you actually won't be surrounded by people like this. I'm not surrounded by people like this. I'm not. I myself am not this. That's how I told you about the delay of time and how to manifest things. What do we got up here? Great. So, there's two things I want to give you that are so simple about this. All right? Connect and be kind. We say it nearly every week if we don't talk about narcissists and empaths. If you want more, just go to past episodes. Talk about it a lot. I just had to bring it up because we didn't yet, just to be funny. Connect and be kind daily. Connect to yourself, which is the same as source, daily. And on the days that you don't connect and you remember, you're kind. You are kind to yourself. And proactively connect to love. We're about to hop into the guided meditation. we're going to do the pink light guided meditation. Again, the link is there on Facebook. I think it's also on the bio of Instagram. You can download it. That's what we're going to do. This is a supremely powerful guided meditation. Once you know how to do it, you don't need to have my voice guiding you in your headphones. My little vintage makeup case here you get to see. Big reveal. And what's great about this is that when you use it, and you can't use it too much either. Now, first of all, I'm just saying, again, we have to go through all of our emotions in order for us to tune into our intuition. This is not a, this is all love here. You still got to put boundaries up. You still can't be afraid of conflict. You still got to piss off the people that you love. It's all there, okay? But in the midst of this, you can do this. This is such a powerful guided meditation that it will change the people around you. Why? Why will it instantly change people around you? Is because you are instantly changing your state from this to this. And this is one of the reasons why I was so psyched about today. Is because for anyone out there who's doubting, I don't give a Merlin's beard, to be honest. I tell everyone, be your own scientist. Doesn't matter to me. But try this out. Use it completely on yourself. Fill yourself up with the pink light. And then from there, extend it to someone near you. I did this on a family member once. I was in a car ride with them in the beautiful fall mountains of New England. And they were just complaining about this and talking about someone having cancer, that, and this and that. And I was just like, man, I really wish we could just talk about how beautiful the surroundings are. And I was like, oh, I'm complaining about her complaining. I always talk about that. I can do the pink light. And so I did the pink light. I filled myself up. I filled the car up. I filled her up. I filled the mountains up. I filled the sky up. And I kid you not, within 45 seconds, she stopped in the middle of her dramatic story and started talking about how awesome and beautiful the landscape was. I was driving. I didn't even close my eyes. She didn't know I was doing it. So let's do it. Let's fall in love, shall we? I invite you to close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Just settle into your body, allowing your body to seek some comfort. Maybe it's lying down. Just uncrossing your legs and uncrossing your arms. I invite you to bring awareness to your heart space. I personally like to take a little hand and just bring it to the center of my chest, just making that physical connection to the heart space. Breathing deeply. For some of us, maybe we want to do a little bit of a Tarzan. I know it sounds funny. Ah. Go ahead and do it if it feels good. I do that. It actually helps get me in touch. It helps break down some of the initial walls, and it helps me just release what isn't mine. Just coming to a place of stillness, breathing into that heart space. I just, right off the bat, invite you to imagine a beautiful fountain of pink light in the center of your chest. This is a magical, mystical, divine fountain of light. It's your direct connection to source, to your heart, to the universe, to all that is, to God, Goddess. The more that you breathe, taking a deep inhale, it primes the pump and allows it to pump out more of this shimmering energy. And as you exhale, it starts to glow even brighter. Allowing this fountain to overflow into your chest. Breathing deeply, maybe bring a smile to your face as you just feel your body a deep sponge for this unconditional, loving light. Sometimes it can feel just so refreshing to take a deep inhale and feel this pink light in the belly swirling. Thank you, belly, for all of your messages, all of your protection, all of your power. We love you. Breathe in, feel this pink light in your bottom, in your hips, in your thighs, just juicy, swirling into all of your organs. Quenching your thirst for that connection, that love. This is literally the change that we are seeking to be. Breathing in, staying with it, feeling that pooling all the way through our legs, our ankles, all the way down to our feet. Lit up from the inside out with a deep inhale. Feeling our legs relax and surrender to this love. Breathing up into the shoulders, the neck. Maybe spending a little extra time here with some deep breaths. Every breath in, lighting up and pumping more of this pink light into that area. It's almost like it's a power washer. The more you breathe, this pink light just allows us to break up any patterns that we were keeping us from this love. We're entangled with, cutting ties with any of our need to feel something for a future event or anyone else's needs. Just letting go of that, breathing in that pink light, up into the neck and the head, feeling it in the eyes, the cheeks. Maybe there's a smile, allowing us to feel that loving light in our ears, hearing loving words, feeling our crown, our hair, all infused with this shining light from the inside out, breathing deeply. Feeling all of this energy move down into our arms, all the way out to our fingertips. Perhaps we're breathing so deeply, we stretch and we feel this energy shoot out our fingers, feeling that magic healing hands from the embodiment practice. Finally, feeling that energy, that pink light, filling up our entire body, keeping it filled and feeling it move out into our wingspan. Feeling the back of shoulders, the back of heart expand and open as you feel what you're just imagining and feeling are your wings, feeling them just open wide, filling with this abundance of unconditional loving energy. Breathing in deeply and exhaling, just witnessing what happens with this loving energy filling up your body. Extending this past your body in a bubble, filling your body in this loving bubble of unconditional, loving, pink, shimmering light. From here, we'll put an impenetrable barrier of white light around this pink orb. It can be paper thin and super strong, anything stronger than this planet can offer. Allowing us to breathe out anything we want to breathe out from this bubble. Any love we want to send, anything that we want to drop off, it can drop off. But anything that is not loving, anything that would cause us to get that codependency just slides off that barrier. Just feel yourself in your own loving energy connected to source in your bubble. Breathing in deeply, swirling this energy inside of you, around you, into all of your parts that feel good and don't, to your wings. And just for a moment, just think of one situation perhaps that you would like to send unconditional loving energy to. Just one for now. And just start to see that situation moving from your heart, from your head, and in between you and the bubble. It's in its own white little bubble, the situation. It's outside of you. You can see it almost as if it's a little snow globe dangling in front of your face. You're still in this pink light bubble. I invite you to take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, we blow that little snow globe of situation out of the bubble along with it, filling it up with so much pink light from the inside out. This little love bomb, this seed that carries unconditional loving light, going directly to the place, the situation, the people, the relationship that we would love to see surrounded by and infused by pink light, seeing this entire situation from the inside out, glowing with this pink light. Always maintaining our full bubble, our full selves. This extra love pouring out. Just letting go of that situation and just coming back to our own loving space. Any kind of prayer, any kind of gratitude, any kind of loving thing you'd like to say to yourself in this moment, please do. And you will come back to this space. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So I believe we are here for some readings, but before we do, I just have some things to take care of. Actually, I'm going to ask the Instagram community who's live if you can just block those spammers for me. I love it when the community can help me out with that. We're talking about healing light. And actually, this is a really good example once these people are removed of what I was talking about in the beginning, right? When you reach a level of feeling good, of feeling in your power, of feeling connected with love, someone will come down and they will try to bring you down, right? So when you're in the middle of a pink light guided meditation, maybe somebody starts making jokes about McDonald's or something like that. Something really inappropriate, but we're in a loving light, and so, you know, we get to just say namaste, namaste away. Please don't comment if it's going to be inappropriate, and you won't be blocked. So thank you so much for that. So for all of those who just had a reaction, let's take this as a meta process, right? So there was some surprise and reactions and some angry reactions, and so for those of you who had that reaction, we're going to go back and we're just going to take a moment and I'm going to invite you to go back into the pink light, because if you're showing frustration, right, and you're getting angry, then let's see, then you've just given your power away to the spammers, right? That's what we've been talking about. So we went from a high place to a place. I'm just blocking right now. That's what we're going. That's what we're doing. Anyone else here that wanted to talk about that kind of stuff here? Okay, good. So honestly, I know you all are empaths, and I'm just going to put this here for the end because it actually looks better. Interesting. New angle, people. This is really cool. So since I was able to keep my energy high throughout those spammers, which they're regularly like harmless people. Okay. No, I thought we just blocked this person. Video. Yeah. Okay. Great. So sorry that I got a little distracted, but so because it